up, guys? It's Adele, and I have a bit of a product focus today. So today I'm using the We Are Memory Keepers Clear... I stuff up this name every time. We Are Memory Keepers Clearly Bold acetate sheets, and I do have two of them. I have a pink polka dot and a purple stripe, but I decided to focus on the pink polka dot for this 9x12 spread because I wanted to use some of the Jen Hadfield papers, and they did have a pink kind of tone. Even though it wasn't the hot pink, I made it work. So what I did is, this is going to be a page in my new 9x12 childhood album, which I haven't yet started. And this layout is completely photoless. It's kind of like a title page, I think. So I've been dying to use my fuse tool. I bought it about 2 weeks ago and haven't used it yet. And I had a ball. So I cut a whole heap of 3x4 papers, including the clearly bold acetate, and chopped them in half into triangles. Now, one tip, if you do this, I will give you, is that I chop them from both diagonal directions, if that makes sense, because you need them to, it's hard to explain, but the triangles only fit a certain way. So if you cut them from the top right to the bottom left, that's the way they go. So this one here that I'm doing, there's no way to turn that unless I do it upside down with the pattern on the back upside down, to make it fit the other spot. So just be wary of that when you're cutting your triangles. And I had a really good time using my fuse. I didn't have any issues with it. I know a couple of people have had some problems, and the only tip that I can give is go towards yourself. I found it a lot easier, and I also found it easier to go along the outside of the metal ruler instead of in that little track that they do provide in the middle of that. Now, I really love the way these acetate pieces just kind of gave it something a bit special, because you could see through to the next side. And I do a couple of shaker pockets as well, which is a bit fun. So here, something to be mindful of, which I wasn't up until about this point here, is that you need to decorate what you want on the back. I did know that, but it just escaped me. You know, when you're in the mood, when you're in the scrapping mode, you've got your mojo, you've got a new product, you've got that vibe going, and you do something really ditzy and silly. So those little papers that I've stuck in there, yep, they're not decorated, and they're in there now. So I decided to go a little bit OTT with the other ones, just to make up for those ones that were a bit empty. So I'm using some of the sequins that are from, now some of them are from the latest scrappery kits, and some of them are from last month's scrappery kits. So they're all golds, different tones of gold and white and black. And I get some glitter. Now, I do end up spilling it at one point in the video, but I'm kind of glad that it didn't go everywhere. I was expecting a glitter disaster, which would have been probably very entertaining for you guys at home. But sorry to break it to you, but it didn't go mega disastrous. It was only slightly disastrous. So I'm just using the fuse tool to close that up. And like I said, it's heaps easier to do it on the outside of the ruler instead of running it along that little track. I found when I did it along the little track, I was missing pieces and it just wasn't working for me. So down here, I wanted to make a shaker pocket under the acetate piece, the clearly bold acetate piece. So I attached a couple of my flares back to back that I made, and added some gold glitter in this and kind of shook it towards that bottom left-hand corner. Oh, and I add some little resin flowers from my stash as well. Is this when I spill it? Could be. Oh, my hands are going. My hands know that disaster is imminent. Oop. Oh, yeah. See, a little bit of glitter everywhere, but it's kind of cute. It's like Tinkerbell has visited me and just kind of sprinkled her goodness. So, yes, it's late, and yes, I'm recording a voiceover, and yes, I'm slightly delirious. So the tangents today, guys, they're going to be crazy. So that little shaker pocket is now closed up, And you could also seal the top of the pocket if you wanted to. I think I'm going to go back to some of my older albums and use it to seal some of the tops of my pockets, because I have a lot of trouble with the top 4x6s. Yes, it may be because I stuff them full with really thick embellishments, but in my defenses, they look really pretty. So I might try and seal them so that they don't pop off. Anyway, sorry, I'm a kindergarten teacher and that's what we call it. God, it's Monday and my brain is already fried. How am I going to get through the week? All right, so I'm using some of these gorgeous little tiny word stickers that I just got from the Scrappery store. I got them in a few different fonts and a few different colors, and that's it. I really love how this turned out, and I'm definitely going to be using the acetate again to make these little triangle pockets. And I can't wait to see what it will look like once I put it in the album and have some photos behind it as well. So I just used a whole heap of the Jen Hadfield. I also made a little bow out of the acetate and stuck that to the back side that you'll see in a moment. There we go, just using my die cutting machine and a Studio Calico die that I had. They're the boring pockets. Now I could go back and add something to the top of them if I want to. We'll see how I go. But thanks for watching, guys, and I would love to see your projects using the Clearly Bold We Are Memory Keepers acetate. Link them below or pop them over in the Scrappery Facebook group. Bye, guys!